Hey everybody, welcome to Queen BBQ. I'm Maggie Lively, and today we're going to smoke and reverse sear some center cut pork chops, finishing them off with an apricot Dijon glaze. First off, we're gonna start with our brine. Even if you only have 3 or 4 hours for that brine to go in the fridge, it's gonna pay off tremendously when you cut into that first bite and it's still super juicy. Now, if you're a morning person, you might brine in the morning before you smoke or grill in the evening. But if you have a little bit less time, just do your brine in the evening and let the pork chops go overnight. Today I have a green apple left over from an apple tart. I have some salt, a handful of thyme. We're gonna use maple syrup today for the sweetness and some peppercorns. Starting with 8 cups of water. Pour these last 4 cups in. I have this leftover apple from the apple tart. Since we're doing the apricot glaze, it'll be nice and sweet. Some peppercorns. Handful of fresh thyme. We'll add a 1/4 cup of, oh look, that's brand new. Let's take the top off of that. 1/4 cup of maple syrup. 1/3 of a cup of salt. And we're ready to bring this up to a boil for 1 minute. Now that our brine is up and boiling, we're gonna let it go for 1 minute before we turn the heat off. Okay, so the brine is all the way cooled down. I usually speed up that process by throwing ice in it. We don't want to partially boil the meat before we smoke it. That would be disgusting. And I'm just gonna take the pork chops. Let's hope the liquid doesn't overflow. The number of times I've put too much liquid is too many to count. Perfect. Meat is fully submerged. I'm going to cover that up and throw it in the fridge. All right, we're gonna stick this in the fridge for 4, and I'll be cleaning that up. Whoa, shit. All right, and that will sit in the fridge for the next 4 hours. I'll see you back in a bit so we can start smoking. All right, we're back. I have taken the pork chops out, rinsed them under cold water, and patted them dry with paper towels. So now all we're gonna do is drizzle a little bit of olive oil. And put some salt and pepper. Yes, more salt. It's important. Let me just use one hand. La 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 la. And let's get the pepper. Use a flip. Same deal. All right, we are ready to take these outside to the smoker. I'm out here with the Camp Chef pellet grill. It is set to 225 high smoke, and I'm using apple chips today because we're keeping on theme with the apple chips, the apple in the brine, apricot sauce, all fruity. These will probably take around an hour to an hour and a half to get up to 130, and then we'll pull them off, crank up the heat for the reverse sear. All right, in they go. I'm gonna stick this thermometer into the center, thickest part here. All right, let's close her on up. While we wait on the pork chops smoking, we're gonna go ahead and make our apricot Dijon sauce. So right now we're using apricot jam. If you have orange marmalade or cherry marmalade, it's honestly gonna be delicious as well. But this is what I got at the store. Use my big strength there to open that up. I always make a little extra sauce as well because I like to add it at the end. I'm gonna put 1/2 cup of the apricot preserves. About, sticking with our apple theme, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. This I'm gonna kind of measure out. 1, 2. And then I always, when using Dijon mustard, which I absolutely love, I'm gonna use some whole grain mustard as well, just because then, as they say, then it really looks like mustard. It does just add a visual appeal. Just use my finger there. And then let's say half a teaspoon of salt. You can taste it if you want it saltier. Absolutely go for it. Couple shakes of pepper. And then I'm gonna add the smallest splash of water just to dilute it. And then you mix it all up. All right, let me give it a quick try. Excellent. Balance of the sweetness from the apricots with the spiciness of the Dijon. Absolutely delicious. I'm gonna just stick this on the counter or in the fridge until we're ready to sear. All right, it has reached 1:30, so we're gonna pull it off and crank up the pellet grill to high for the searing. All right, let's throw some of our glaze on top before we throw them on the grill. All right, the grill has been preheated on high for 15 minutes. It's ready to go. I've pulled out the knob here so that the flame is really high so we get that nice char. All right, and we'll put that sauced side down. Hear that sizzle. I'm gonna close it up. I'm gonna aim for about 3 minutes on each side. All right, let's add our sauce. Ooh, nice flame. And we'll give it a flip. Look at that char. Oh my goodness, so excited. And remember, with this knob, if you're freaked out about the flame for some reason, you can always turn it down, but this is looking beautiful. 3 more minutes. All right, they're ready. Look at that. Gorgeous. Delicious char. Let's take these on inside to rest. All right, moment of truth. These have been resting for about 10 minutes. What I like to do at the very end is add one more dollop of sauce right on top. And just, oh my gosh, it looks, it's how I like it, right in the center. And let me just, that's a big bite, but so good. The reverse sear at the end too really renders down the fat. Love the apricot sauce. Give this a try. Hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah.